Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's broadcast of your home Ohlone College Renegades versus the Cabrillo College Hawks. So today's a good matchup. You have another conference matchup between the leading team in the conference and then the last team in the conference. But as me and my partner Armando have been saying for the past few weeks, this conference is going to be one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult, in the state. Really, you have teams who everybody can compete at a very high level, and every single player on that team can step up in a big moment. There's never a time where a lead is too safe, where a point in the game is not over with. Coming from yesterday or the day before, a game where the Renegades pulled out a win against Cabrillo. That was a big win. That was a early out the gate kind of showing who they are and what kind of team that Cabrillo is going to have to mess with, being the Renegades. And I'll get you guys the standings on that one second. Let's see. So, baseball. Ohlone College. So, the game with Cabrillo yesterday, or excuse me, 2 days ago, was 13-4. Renegades had won that one. So today, Renegade looking to repeat the same thing they did on Tuesday. Come out dominant, be aggressive, and they know the ability and they know the power that they have behind every single player. And as long as they can just continue doing that, then no one's going to be able to stop them. So today, I was going to say fun fact, not fun fact, but today, information for you guys. I will be the only broadcaster for today's game. Armando will be down at softball doing the Chabot versus Renegades softball game while I'm doing Cabrillo versus Renegades baseball game. Armando was saying, hey, he's like, I want to go do the softball because there's this player on Chabot who is dominating the league. I mean, she leading in practically every single category in our conference. It's very impressive to watch. So he wanted to hang out and kind of see that matchup going on. So for today will be only me. And we'll have some fun here. Get you guys chatting up in our chat, and kind of having a good time as we always do with these baseball games. So, weather today looking pretty good. It's been a very hot week. If you guys are from Fremont or just California in general, it's been a blazing week. Perhaps. I mean, I think it hit actually the record high in March. It was 93 or 94 degrees earlier this week. I mean, that is just absurd. I'm sorry, 94 degrees. In a week of March, in the middle of March. They were supposed to be spring, supposed to be showers, cold weather, wind, that kind of function. But no, not now. But this week, luckily enough, it has died down. So it is today. I can get you an exact weather report in about 5 seconds. Today is sitting at 76 degrees to start off for first pitch. Feels like 68 though. Wind will be high today. Air quality is good as usual, but the wind's going to be the story today. You have 26 degrees going to north-northeast with 16-mile-per-hour gusts and 10-mile-per-hour winds. That will only pick up as the day goes on. It'll go to 10, 11, and 12. So 12-mile-an-hour winds plus probably 20-mile-an-hour gusts is what we're going to see at the peak today. And, I mean, that's vastly different, a very vast difference from the previous days this week. And so Tuesday was a different environment. So it's going to be a little bit of a task for both teams to try and adapt to that, play in the wind. I mean, any fly ball in the air, any high hit baseball is going to be trouble. I mean, nothing's going to be safe here. Just like if you guys are Giants fans over at Oracle Park, that anything in the air is trouble, no matter what it is. The pop-up dance will be implemented, and it's going to be a difficult time catching any ball in the air. So as hitters, you want to keep it off the ground, keep it in the air, and be aggressive with each at-bat. So I'll give you guys some of the key players to watch out for today. So Cabrillo, unfortunately for them, it was hard to find their numbers in the conference. They're having a rough year in the conference-wise. They're 1-6 in conference, so they're not feeling too proud about themselves right now. But some standouts: Jason Schmeiser. I mean, again, real sidetrack. If you guys are watching at home and you hear me mispronounce the first name, last name, whatever it is, please correct me. I do not want to keep mispronouncing your kids' names or whoever you're watching for. We want to get the right names down. Jason Schmeiser, it looks like. He's hitting 370 on the year, but his total, he has 25 stolen bases. That is first in the conference in stolen bases. So if he's on base, which he's on base about half the time, he has a 440 on base percentage. So if Schmeiser gets on, it's not guaranteed, but he gets a stolen base a game basically. So you're looking for stolen base threats from him. And in the same lineup, Jake Forenza is fourth in stolen bases in the conference with 15. And on the same topic, so that's kind of it for Cabrillo. But on the same topic of stolen bases, you go over to the Renegades lineup, and Caden Kashia is third in stolen bases with 18. So you still have some stolen base threat on the Renegades, which, I mean, you do have plenty. You got 18 from Kashia and then 10 from Jordan Medina. But other than that, that's kind of it. I mean, 8 with Chewy Vasquez, but 8 doesn't even put him in the top 10 for the conference. But for the Renegade standout players, you got really the top 3: Joaquin Stewart, Chewy Vasquez, and Jordan Medina. Stewart leads in the conference of average with 443, which, by the way, Chewy and Medina are second and third in the conference in batting average. So the top 3 Renegades hitters are leading 1, 2, and 3 in batting average in the conference. Then Stewart is also, and Chewy Vasquez are also tied for 3rd in the conference with 35 RBIs. So really, when you got someone on base and either Stewart or Vasquez is up to hit, you can almost guaranteed an RBI from them. So that's going to be Cabrillo's biggest challenge today, is getting the big guys out, which, I mean, this whole lineup is really big. It takes me a long time to scroll down my coach's view, my stat sheet, to get to a hitter below 300, which is Tegan Riley, and there's only 5 hitters under him. 4 hitters under him, so 5 hitters in total on this lineup that aren't hitting 300, which is insane, by the way. And, I mean, so the Cabrillo's going to have to limit Stewart, Vasquez, and Medina's production plate. That's going to be the biggest takeaway for them, is limit that production. If they can limit a production of the top 3 big boys on the team, then it's going to be a more competitive game than their last results being 13-4. And for the Renegades, it's just going to be keep dominating how you are. I mean, right now, Cabrillo's pitching total for ERA average is at a 4.66. So, I mean, if you're the Renegades, you know you just got to keep attacking. 4.66 is they got to at least get 4 runs in this game. You know the Renegades can get 4 runs in this game. And all they got to do is play how they normally do. Their best pitcher with a 2.30 or 2.38 ERA is 3-2 on the season with 11 appearances. So everyone's kind of sitting at a 3.4. I mean, their highest is a 23.14 ERA. So there's guys who are not dominating and guys who are kind of in the mediocre range for pitching from the Hawks. So the Renegades, all they've got to do, be confident, play how they usually play, and this will kind of be a almost walk in the park for them, as Tuesday was. And for Cabrillo, again, like I said, you got to dominate the top 3 hitters, Stewart, Medina, and Vasquez, but the pitching is really where it's rough too. I mean, Drew Greenberg, who arguably is their best pitcher on this team, has a 2.38 ERA, which is 1st in conference for ERA, and also he's 2nd in strikeouts with 51. But today will be Matthew Anderson pitching, which he is 1st in wins in conference with 6 wins and 0 losses. So he hasn't given up a loss yet to himself, as no one really has. Only Bryce Monty has, as the Renegades only have two losses on the season. But we will take a quick break as the national anthem will cut me off, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. And we are back. So, as I was saying, Matthew Anderson will be taking the start today with a 3.64 ERA with 6 wins, 0 losses, which again leads the conference in wins. He has 42 innings pitched, given up 26 hits, 20 runs with a 17 ERA, earned runs, with 15 walks and 42 strikeouts. So he's getting close to that, coming right behind Greenberg with 51, and he has an opponent batting average of 171. So we're not going to see many base hits, theoretically. You know, if you put it in the spectrum of theoretically, you're not going to see much from the Hawks today. And I'll give you guys a defensive alignment for the Renegades. Starting in outfield from left to right will be Jordan Medina in the left. Why do I not have a center fielder on my roster? What is going on? 1 second. Let me pull this up. That will be Teo Thompson. I don't know why I wrote his number in the position. But Teo Thompson in center field, as we always know. I mean, he's always there. Teo Thompson in center. And Emmett Johnson in right, excuse me. So from left to right in the infield will be Caden Kashia, Chewy Vasquez at short, Joaquin Stewart at second, and at first base will be Flores, number 25, Chris Flores. In the squad today will be Derek Bain putting down the signs. Bain's been a very consistent catcher for the Renegades, very confident behind the plate. Just, I mean, he's been dominant wherever he's at. He could be at first base, catcher, DH, whatever it is. He's been dominating very aggressively and really putting himself on a great spot for this team. He's showing why he's one of the best players on this team and will be the rest of the season. Again, guys, as Caden Kashia's dad put in from watching from South Orange County, please let me know where you guys are watching from, who you're watching for, why you're here. If you're here because you heard about it from whatever, if you're a regular, if you're new from the Hawks, wherever it is, please let us know where you're from. We love to hear where you guys are watching from. But we will start with Lucas Durand, the first baseman, and everyone kind of gets set up in the outfield, infield, and we are ready for first pitch. Anderson gets a sign, kicks and deals. First pitch called strike high at 2:33 p.m. 3 minutes late. It's kind of our usual. I think everyone kind of gets settled at 2:30 and the national anthem goes, finishing warm-up. So about 3 to 4 minutes is usually where we're at. Oh, one pitch. Here it comes. Off speed taken away. So Lucas Durand, he's a leadoff hitter for them. He's hitting .237 with 22 hits on the season with 2 home runs and 9 doubles. 1-1. Here it comes. Just outside for ball 2. And kind of, I didn't know where he was going to be hitting in the lineup, but kind of funny enough, Lucas Durand, I know the guy. I worked with him here at the Ohlone College baseball camps during the summer. We teach kids from about 4 to 13 on how to play baseball, how to enjoy the game of baseball. 2-1 lasered in there at, I believe, 91 for strike number 2. Swing and a miss. And me and Lucas Durand, we were working together over the last summer, teaching kids how to play ball, having them enjoy the sport, and it's great to see him here leading off for the Hawks. Strike 3, got him on the outside part of the plate. Durand upset with that call, but Anderson will take it. So quick backwards K for Anderson, one of many on this day, I believe. I mean, Anderson's racking in with 42 strikeouts on the season. So expect a lot. Now steps in Jason Sizemore, number 27, playing center field today, patrolling the large part of the yard. Ground ball back up to Anderson. That'll be a base hit. So Sizemore will start his day off with a quick first swing. First pitch, base hit for him. So good start for the game for him. Now here comes Dylan Bartlett, who's at second base today. Bartlett coming in with 323 batting average, 99 at-bats with 2 doubles and 1 big fly on the year with 16 RBIs. Osby taken in for strike number 1. Oh, 1 Anderson keeping Sizemore healthy over there first. Fastball taken for strike 2 on the outer part of the plate. So far, outer part is going to look like the happy spot for the Renegades and for the Hawks. Is going to be a happy spot called for the umpire. The hitters got to adjust. I mean, they've got to adjust. They've got to open up their zone. If it's something that they don't like, they've got to acknowledge it and just start expanding what to be the strike zone out more. So 1-2 there. Bartlett looks in. Anderson meets. 1-2, here it comes. Off-speed, fouled off to the right side. Hits the fence over to the right side of the field. Outfield playing pretty straight away. Thompson shading over to the right side of the field off of that last foul ball. Giving him a little bit of a gap toward the scoreboard out in the left center field. 1-2, here it comes again. Off speed, runner goes. Throw down, 2, he's got it. Oh, had the tag down, but just couldn't corral the ball. Ball will get by. Runner takes off to third, no throw. So that will be a strikeout for Anderson in the grand scheme of things. So it'll be out number 2, but Sizemore will steal a bag and then advance on a misplay over there by Chuy Vasquez at short, which is something we rarely see. But, I mean, it was a great throw by Bain, right on the money. I mean, it 100% could have been a strike him out, throw him out. But Chuy Vasquez just couldn't corral it, kind of tipped out of his glove. No one really knew where the ball was, and Thompson wasn't necessarily patrolling that close to the bag. Good block by Derek Bain there on the first pitch on a ball that bounces the plate. Okay, the wind gusts are very prevalent. I mean, it is definitely windy. My papers are flying everywhere. Got to put down my phone, a drink to keep everything kind of corralled over here. So again, like I was saying, anything in the air is not guaranteed. You've got to run it out hard. Imagine it's going to drop. Up to bat, by the way, is Trenton Dew, who gets a ground ball over to Caden Kashia. Strong throw to first. It will not be corralled. The support beam, unfortunately, is blocking my view of first base. But what I believe had to be a pick by Flores at first ended up not being secured. So that will be a quick run for Jason Sizemore. Or excuse me, Jason Sizemore will round the bag and score as Trenton Dew comes in a clutch little RBI situation. First pitch strike to Jake Forenza. So he's patrolling right field today. Forenza, what we're talking about, he's 4th in stolen bases behind Schmeiser, who was 1st in the conference. And Forenza hitting .286 with 2 doubles, a triple, and no big flies on the season. Runner goes, fouled off. I think Bain really wants them to run on this pitch again. I mean, he knows he has the ability to throw them out with, I mean, it almost looks like it's easy for him. Bain has one of the best arms I've seen on this field. I mean, there's a play that I always think about where there was a ball past him on the backstop. He runs over, and runner gets a late break to second, but, I mean, it was thinking, easy stand up over at second base, but picks it up, corrals it, and guns him with a laser over at second base. Fouled off again. Current telling Joaquin Stewart to play a little bit more closer to second base on not necessarily it's kind of favoring the hole over toward third or over to first base. So now he's being told to favor up the middle, but still pretty straight away. So Anderson with 2 outs, both of those being strikeouts, a looking and a swinging. Can he close it out on the same way he's closed out these last 2 outs? 0-2. For this 3rd time, here it comes. Fouled off yet again. So Forenza having a great at-bat with fouling off all the important pitches. I mean, if we look at how many times he's struck out 16 times. That's close to leading his team behind Ellis Lubins with 20. But, I mean, it can be a strikeout victim. Off-speed, got him on the outside part of the plate. So 2 looking strikeouts for Anderson. But, unfortunately, will surrender a run off of a little misplay from kind of a combined misplay of Kashia and Flores. I couldn't see if it was necessarily a pick, but Coach is talking to Flores right now, kind of working on corralling that ball, because if that's corralled, that's 3 outs, and, I mean, there's no run that'll score. So Renegades got to put up a run to tie this game, which, you know, we know they're capable of. So it's all going to be focused all on Brady Linden. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks. So the pitcher for the Cabrillo Hawks today will be Brady Linden. He is coming in with a 4.91 ERA, 1-2 on the season with 8 appearances and 6 games started. He has 29.1 innings pitched, giving up 42 hits with 16 earned runs and 8 walks with 18 strikeouts. So not much of a walk victim. But he has surrendered 5 doubles, a triple, and a homer on the season. So lineup for the Renegades will be Kashia, Medina, Vasquez, Bain, Flores, Hegeman, Stewart, Johnson, and Thompson rounding out. And for the Hawks from left to right in the outfield will be Bryson Proctor, Jason Sizemore, and Jake Forenza. And then from left to right in the infield will be Dew, Bartlett, Lubins, and Durand at third, with Brendan Bennett rounding out in a squat, putting down the signs. First pitch, fastball take on the outer part of the plate. So Kashia, he started the year hot as the sun, really. He was hitting 500 for a lot of the season, and now, if you look at his stats, he's dropped down quite far. He's down now to a 344. I mean, granted, 344 is nothing to take your eyes away from, but compared to what he was previously in the year and in this season, that's kind of a low number for him in his standards of himself. I know he has high standards for how he plays and how he is as a person on the field, but 344 is something he wants to kind of get out of. He was around the 400, 500 range for most of the season, with now only 2 players up in the 400 range, being Joaquin Stewart and Chuy Vasquez. Medina sniffing it with 394 on the year. So 2-1 from Linden. Ball high and away. So that was Kashia's grandpa, I said, watching from South Orange County, and Kashia's dad watching from Central Coast. Great to see you guys here. Watching from Fresno, looking for another good win today. Yep, exactly. Looking for a good dominating win from the Renegades. Cabrillo looking to kind of snap a little losing streak going on right now in the conference, as Kashia will walk on 5 pitches. So here comes Medina. Jordan Medina with hitting 394 on the season. Let me move my papers real quick so I can get a more range of what I'm looking at here. Here we go. Medina with 394 on the season with 99 at-bats, with 39 hits, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 big flies. Coming in with 31 RBIs. Hitting with a 556 slugging percentage and almost 500 on-base percentage. Again, he's sniffing the 400 range for the average and the 500 range for the on-base percentage by just 4 points. So Medina patrolling left today. 1-0, here it comes. High and away for ball 2. Brady Linden, or should I say Liden? It's Liden. I'm going to go, Hopefully someone in here is watching. Leiden or Lydon? I'm not sure. I'm going to go Leiden, just because of the I. But Brady, nonetheless, number 23, looking to kind of locate the zone, find it early. I mean, he's walked Kashia on 5 pitches and now in a rough spot for himself against Medina. 2-1, looking for a strike. Kicks and deals. There goes Kashia. Throw down, head first. Safe! Just snuck around the tag. Kashia, big stolen base there. Keeping double play depth. Double play. What am I trying to say? Keeping a double play out of the works for Medina. Ground ball right side will move Kashia over to third base, so no need to worry about the double play. 3-1. Leiden's got to locate in the zone here. Cannot walk Medina. Here's the pitch. Fastball up the middle. Kashia being sent home. Center fielder picks it up. Here's a play at the plate. Not in time. Safe. So Kashia showing off the blazing speed. I mean, that was a hard ground ball up the middle. Center fielder, who is Jason Sizemore, caught on that quickly. I mean, he ran in very quickly to understand there's going to be a play at the plate. There is going to be something here. And he came up with a good, strong throw. Couldn't ask for really a much better throw than that, but Kashia just has blazing speed. Third base coach knew it off the bat. He was going to send him. He was testing mano-a-mano, and Kashia pulled it away. First pitch, strike to Chuy Vasquez. Chuy Vasquez, big player on this team. Arguably the best well-rounded player on this team. Hitting .440 on the year with 4 doubles and 9 doubles, 4 triples, and 35 home runs. 35 RBIs. Does not have a big fly yet on the season. But, I mean, we've seen the power. He has the chance to. Last game we were here, he hit a RBI double off the top of the wall over in left center, arguably the farthest part of the park, probably around 400 feet. But just didn't have enough on it. Line drive right side, slicing foul. So again, with Medina's speed, Medina has, he has 10 stolen bases on the year, which is second to Kashia. Medina, a base hit anywhere, he will be scoring. There's no doubt about it. So all Chewy needs to do, which he's been doing all year, just poke it in the gap. Just keep knocking in that RBI total, which he's at 35 right now. 1-2, here it comes. Ground ball right side. Second base corrals it over to Durand for the out. So productive out for Vasquez. Maybe not what he was hoping for, but it will move over Medina. So here comes Derek Bain, who is coming in with 27 RBIs on the season, hitting .369. Bain was in a little bit of a slump midway at the start of the season, ranging down to that 200 mark, in the 200s, around 280. But, he's been hot ever since. He's been swinging a hot stick. Bain has, for sure. Big off-speed there on a big swing and a miss by Bain. Even practically, infield's playing in, but the shortstop, I don't even see. Where did he go? Ground ball left side for a free base hit. He hit it to the shortstop side, which I just said I don't even see the shortstop. There must have been a shift. I believe there was a shift on. I think he was hiding behind the pitcher from my point of view. But that would be an RBI single for Bain. So Medina will score, combating the 1 run that was scored earlier in the game. They knock it back with 2, so they double what Cabrillo did in the first inning. So here comes Flores, first pitch strike. Flores off of the little misplay over at first base, which led to the run. 0-2 on the outer part of the plate. And Clay Schmeiser, no idea. Thank you for correcting me why I wrote Sizemore on my score sheet, even though I know it's Schmeiser. I don't know why I did that. Thank you for correcting me. 0-2. Popped foul. And then Nate, Derek Bain's brother from Vegas. Nice to see you as well. I know that there's a decent amount of players from Vegas on this team. Not sure if that's just coincidence or they went out recruiting for more from Vegas this year. 0-2. Here's the pitch to Flores. Good take on the outer part of the plate. Bending off speed from Leiden, but just not enough to in the zone or not enough break to get Flores to swing at that. So Bain at first with 1 out. 1-2. Flores up to hit. Bain takes off. Fouled up. Back at the screen. Bain has to stop and turn back around. Catcher will corral it for the second out of the inning. So Bain, if you're thinking the catcher's taking off on a 2-strike count, it's because Bain's got some wheels. I mean, he has... How many stolen bases does Bain have? Bain has 3 stolen bases on the year, which came really early in the year. He was actually leading for a game for about, I think, maybe 10 minutes in one of the games on stolen bases on the year, but that changed very quickly as the rest of the team started, stealing bags more often and very regular. But it was kind of funny. It was a quick little thing where he led the team in stolen bases as a catcher slash first baseman, of course. So here's Cam Hegeman, the DH for today. Usually patrolling right field, but will be DHing as Emmett Johnson will take place in right field. 0-1 way outside for ball 1. (1-1), 2 outs. Bain at first. Hegeman. Line drive right side. Right fielder ranging over. It will drop behind the right fielder to the wall. Bain will be held at third. That will be a stand-up double for Cam Hegeman. Again, a ball that was hit over to where our support beam is that I just can't see over there. I saw the right fielder, Forenza, tracking back, but I'm assuming it went over his glove. So Hegeman with a double to put Bain at third and himself at second. Here comes Stewart, hottest hitter on this team, 443 with 79 at-bats, 35 hits with 11 doubles and a home run. And he is tied for third in the conference with RBIs with 35. Ground ball to shortstop. Stewart's got good speed. Line drive over to first, and that will be the end of the inning. So 1 pitch, quick result for Joaquin Stewart. He will leave 2 runners on base from a 6-3 putout. So Johnson will lead off the next inning, hoping to extend this 2-1 lead for the Renegades. But coming up now will be Lubins, Umoto, and Proctor for Cabrillo. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. As Bain makes a throw down to second, we are back in the top of the second inning with Ellis Lubins up for Cabrillo, the shortstop today. Lubins coming in with a pretty good year so far. 326 on the season with 4 doubles, 1 big fly, and 19 RBIs. Hitting in with a 402 slugging percentage and 443 on base percentage. First pitch, strike on the outer part of the plate. So Anderson already racking up 3 strikeouts on the day, and all 3 of those outs in the first inning were strikeouts. Strike 2 in the at-bat. So quick 0-2 to Lubins. And to answer your question, LaToya Buford, I don't believe during the game you can't see any stats, but I know after the game is finished, they will put up the box score on both websites, I believe, if not just the Renegades website. And also 3C2A, you'll also see it as well. But I don't believe during the game there are anywhere to see the stats, unfortunately. That would be nice. I mean, I wish we could have a pop fly right side. Emmett Johnson ranging over there, corrals it for out number 1. So do you fly out to right field? But yeah, as I was saying, I don't believe there is a anywhere to see the stats, unfortunately. But I wish there was some kind of score bug I could put up, or a little side stat thing that you guys at home could see while we do this stream. Here comes Trez Umoto. Trez Umoto coming in on the season, hitting 182, somewhere he'd like to improve a little bit, but has 6 hits with 1 double and 3 RBIs on the season. Fastball high and outside for strike number 1 in the at-bat. 1-1 with 1 out. Umoto looking to do a little bit of damage here. Get on base, try to get Proctor up behind him to hopefully have an RBI situation. Off speed outside for ball 2. 2-1, 1 out. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. High fastball from Anderson there. Coming in at 90 miles an hour. Oof. Speaking of speed, today, so opening day for baseball was yesterday. Giants versus Yankees. 2-2, got him outside swinging. That is now Anderson's 4th strikeout of the day. So 4 of the 5 outs today have been strikeouts. Here comes Bryson Proctor, who is hitting 158 on the season with 9 hits, 2 of them being doubles with 2 RBIs. High sorted on the fastball up at the hands at 92. As I was saying, I was just, starting to talk about opening day for the Giants and Yankees was yesterday on Netflix. I got to watch most of that game. And I come from a Giants fan. It's just a disappointment, honestly. I was looking forward to having a new lineup, new coach, trying to come out on a hot opening day, you know, kind of show the league that there might be a chance for the Giants to come back on a new season, as there's a high and in fastball foul back for the second strike of the at-bat. But, you know, 7-0, something about Webb, the Yankees were picking up very easily. I had a feeling maybe Webb might have been tipping his pitches on too much of a rotation or glove thing or something along those lines. Off speed, fouled off left side. But 7-0 is not the way you want to start it off. But today for opening day, you had opening day for everyone else specifically. You had the first home run of the year, which was off of Mizorowski on the Brewers on a 98 mile an hour fastball middle in that just got roped as strike 3 swinging. Now 5 of the 6 outs in this game have been strikeouts for Matthew Anderson. Talk about dominance early in this game, kind of shutting down any hope that Cabrillo had to come out swinging early. I mean, they did put up a run, but that came off of a kind of a misplay in the infield that wasn't usual for the Renegades. So they're going to have to hope that things like that will happen for them to have a chance to put up some more runs, especially with Anderson pitching the way he is. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds with the bottom of the second. Welcome back, folks. So as I was saying earlier in the day, Armando Galán will be at softball, which first pitch started at 3 o'clock. So they have just kicked off their game. It is currently quite literally the third pitch of the game just came in. And that's going to be a good matchup. I mean, the softball girls for the Renegades, they've had a rough season, only coming in with 3 wins, but a game against Chabot, I mean, there's a chance for any one of those two teams to have a good game, come out with a strong win to push themselves higher in the rankings, but they're both kind of having a struggling year. So if you guys want to check that out, I believe Armando put the link in the chat. He might, he did. So if you guys want to check that out, that will be there as well. 0-1, chopped up from Emmett Johnson. Shortstop, over to first base. Bang, bang. Got him. So Ellis Lubin's over at shortstop, getting some good work in, showing his range, showing his speed, his quick hands, everything over at shortstop. Made 2 pretty good outs today. So quick out for Emmett Johnson and for Brady Leiden. So Teo Thompson coming in now. Thompson was on a hot one with swinging a hot bat, just like Bain was for a while. First pitch ground ball over to the first baseman. Lucas Duran corralled, tagged the bag for a 1-pitch, 1 out. So 3 unassisted. But as I was saying before, Thompson just cut me off with getting out right there. Thompson was on a heater earlier in the season, but he's hitting .318 on the year. So not something he wants to be necessarily proud of. He wants to bump those numbers up a little bit, get on base just a little bit more often. But, I mean, he's a great hitter. We've seen it day in and day out. One of the better hitters on this team when he's hot. Here comes Caden Kashia now. First pitch off-speed in there at the knees for strike 1. Kashia got on with a walk, stolen base, and ended up rounding and scoring in the first inning. Fouled off for the second strike. So far, Brady Leiden having a quick work of this bottom of the second. Only thrown a few pitches. I mean, it was a 2-pitch at-bat, 1-pitch at-bat. Now this is the 3rd pitch of this at-bat. Quick inning will help him in the longevity of this game. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, bounced away. So Kashia in a 1-2 count. 2 down, looking to get on base yet again. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 called in the outer part of the plate. Kashia did not think so, did not like the call, but I mean, you gotta understand the zone quickly in a sport like this. So that will be the end of the bottom of the second. Kashia will get 2 at-bats in the first 2 innings, but will come with nothing in that second at-bat with a backwards K. Work from Brady Leiden in the second inning. Hopefully that can be a little momentum switch for the Hawks, but if you're the Renegades, just keep pounding. Just let Anderson do what he's been doing all game, striking out the hitters. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds. So top of the third incoming has, funny enough, just like last inning, top 3, Bain throws over to third base. So leading off, first at bat for the day, Brendan Bennett, who is the catcher for the Hawks today. Bennett, not Bennett, Benner. Excuse my handwriting on my score sheet. Brendan Benner hitting 67, so .067 with 1 hit on the season with 15 at bats. So he's 1 for 15 on the season so far. Looking to kind of switch things up in similarities to what looks like to see kind of what Cabrillo's been like his career. Not so much of a hitter, but a great defensive catcher. And I'm assuming that's why Benner is still on the starting lineup, especially at the catching spot. The defense is just enough to carry him across to the starting spot on the lineup. Quick 2-0. Here comes the pitch. Strike on the lower inside part of the plate. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. So Benner looking to change the results of what most of his teammates have been doing, striking out. Line drive over to Stewart. Good pick on the backhand side. Throw over to Flores. Got him at first. It's a big confidence boost for Stewart over there at second base, because these last few games we've been broadcasting here, he's been making some errors, some simple errors in the early innings of the games, which ended up getting him pulled midway through the last game we were at here against Monterey Peninsula. So good play over there. It was kind of one of those weird tweener hoppers that he just found a good spot in between, took a nice backhand stroke at it, and corralled it nice and easily. Made it look easy, in fact. Here comes Lucas Duran, who struck out in a long at-bat, but struck out looking for the first out of the game. Fastball away for ball 1. And Durand, he went to Irvington High School in Fremont, California. Just kind of actually pretty close over to where Ohlone is. Big swing and a miss on strike 2. So the off-speeds have been fooling him. Durand probably came in wanting to look for the fastball and attack the fastball early. And I mean, I'd be willing to bet Anderson caught it real quick. He said, you know what, I'm not going to throw the fastball. Throwing to the off-speed. And on the 2 off-speeds he's thrown, Durand has made some pretty uncompetitive swings at them. Just a flail to kind of get a piece of it. As Bain blocked that one, which hit his hand, his throwing hand. But he shakes it off. Tough guy. Bain behind the plate. 2-2. Here it comes. Ground ball over to Stewart. Gloves it. Throws the first. Got him at first. So 2 plays in a row for Stewart. Flashing the leather over there. And here comes Jason Schmeiser, not Sizemore. Jason Schmeiser. Schmeiser hitting 370, and he is first in stolen bases on the team and in the conference with 25. Speed threat over there is Schmeiser. And he had a base hit and also a stolen base, which he ended up scoring on a misplay over at second base from Vasquez. And got him to third, and then he ended up getting knocked in on a base hit. So 1-0 to Schmeiser. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul off of Schmeiser's left inner part of the foot. Which, he has the leg gear, the Evo Shield protection on his left leg around his shin and foot area, but it's a foul ball that just hits the inside of his heel on the left side. Doesn't hit the shin guard, unfortunately. 1-1. Big bender in there for strike 2. Fouled off back to our screen. One, two, 2 outs. Looking for his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th strikeout on the day. 1-2. Got him swinging. Got him swinging. That'll be the 6th strikeout for Anderson. And first for Schmeiser. So quick 3 up, 3 down as well for the Hawks. So we got a little bit of a pitching duel all of a sudden brewing for us in this game here. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds with the bottom of the 3rd with Medina, Vasquez, and then Bain. Stay tuned, folks. Welcome back, folks. We got, as I said, Medina leading us off in the bottom of the third, who in the first he had a base hit, got over to third on a 4-3 putout, and ended up scoring from a RBI single from RBI single from Derek Bain. So Brady Leiden had a great inning in the second, going 3 up, 3 down of Johnson, Thompson, and Kashia. Looking to mimic those exact results here in the bottom of the third. One-0, here it comes. Off speed, flared over left side. Almost picked up by the shortstop Lubins, but just past the reaching effort. There'll be a base hit for Medina. He's 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. Here comes Chuy Vasquez, who had a 4-3 putout in the first inning on a pretty much just a simple, move him over kind of play. Looking to get a base hit here. Big gap over in the left side of the infield. Pass ball that will move up Medina to second base. So Leiden in a little bit of a jam. No out with absolute, speedster of a player over at second base of Medina. So base hit will score Medina, most likely. Again, with a very big gap over there for Chuy on the left side of the infield. I mean, shortstop's playing right on the bag. So if Vasquez can just get a nice little ground ball left side, that should score Medina, get himself a free base hit. Ground ball left side, shortstop comes in, Lubins off the right foot, guns him at first. So Vasquez will get another move him over kind of hit, which will be a 6-3. So Vasquez done this twice for Medina. 6-3 put out, but that will move Medina over to third, and here comes Derek Bain. So same situation, Bain with Medina at third base. Last time got a flare shot over to the left side with the shortstop not even in view, but shortstop playing more over the middle now. Off speed, way away. Yeah, so no shift to speak of right now, just kind of shading over the middle part, but Ellis, the shortstop, still kind of playing, his position. Outfield pretty straight away, hugging the right side of the field overall from the center and right fielder. 1-0. Inside, almost catches a piece of Bain. It will catch a piece of Bain. They say it hit his knee as Bain didn't flinch, didn't even think about moving. He said, if it hits me, it hits me. And it did. So free runner for the Renegades, which is something you always like to see. So here's Chris Flores, who had a foul ball fly out to the catcher in the first inning. Looking to change that result in this inning. Wouldn't be surprised with how the Renegades and Coach Kern manages his team. A bunt might be put down here. Bunt shown. Pulls back. Bain will swipe second on a very free stand-up stolen base for Bain. Add to his total. Add to his total. 4 now for Derek Bain. I like that design play. I don't think Flores was bunting that once. It just kind of made and forced Bain over to second base. So Flores will hit now. Flare shot, right side. Right fielder ranging over to glove side. Makes a catch, running over to his left side. He will corral it in, make a strong throw over to Durand at first base, but that will be a sacrifice fly for Chris Flores. Did exactly what he needed to do. So now the score will be 3-1 with Medina coming in to score and Bain going over to third. So here's Cam Hegeman with 2 outs, runner at third. Base hit will be a free extra run, excuse me. First pitch strike with Joaquin Stewart up to hit in the on-deck circle if Hegeman can reach this inning. 0-1, here it comes. taken high and away for ball 1. Hegeman on the year, he's hitting 342 as I talked about, but he has 13 RBIs, so he was in a little bit of a slump. He had injury problems, had mental mistake problems kind of at the plate, wasn't moving the hands quick enough, but he adjusted, fly ball right side. Right field is under it, and we'll corral it for the 3rd out of the inning. So not too much damage done. 1 run to speak of in the bottom of the 3rd, but kept the damage limited. So Leiden still pitching pretty well for the Hawks, not doing too bad. Keeping, kind of a confident appearance at the mound, not showing any weaknesses quite yet. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds with the top of the 4th being Bartlett, Dew, and Forenza. Stay tuned, folks. Welcome back, folks. And between the inning change, I can hear down over at the softball field a lot of screaming. So I'm gonna take a little checkup. Let's open YouTube, open Ohlone Athletics YouTube channel that you guys are all on here watching our stream as the wind is just blowing my papers around. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look-see. Softball still 0-0 in the 2nd inning. So maybe that was just some usual cheering from the softball girls as first pitch strike from Anderson is in there. Somehow the wind is moving its way through. I have a blocker on my canopy and a bag on the left side to prevent the wind, and somehow it's still sneaking in. Don't know where, but it is. So Bartlett now in a 1-1 count, who struck out swinging in his last attempt up at the plate in the 1st inning. Flare shot over the jumping glove of Flores. So it'll be a base hit for Bartlett. So put a quick runner on for the Hawks with now Triton Dew up. Triton Dew got an RBI on what I just put down as E3 for a mental note to remember that it was a little misplay from Kashia combined with Flores not being able to corral in the ball on a routine ground ball. So Dew had the RBI in the 1st inning. Pass ball from Anderson on a very wild, or excuse me, not pass ball, a wild pitch from Anderson on a kind of what looked like meant to be an off speed in the outer part of the zone, but kind of released bad. Kicked up off something kind of weird over near the plate as well. So now Anderson a little bit of trouble with no outs. Got to work himself out of this jam without giving up a run here. But we've seen him do it all day. He has 6 Ks on the day. Fastball in there for strike 1. So 6 of the 9 outs he has recorded have been strikeouts. So, if it's anyone on this team, it's him. He can record the outs he needs to quickly without giving up any hits or sacrifice outs or whatever it may be. He can do it. 1-1. Off speed. High pop-up. Kashia calling it. Ranging in toward the mound. corralled for out number 1. As I was saying, the wind is going to be a big factor today because it's just so swirly. It's a big windy day, especially near Mission Peak. The mountains kind of keep it swirling. But Kashia did a good job immediately calling it, knew he had the confidence to catch that ball, and corralled it kind of in between the halfway through the third base line and the pitching mound. So Jake Forenza, who had a looking strikeout in the first inning, which was the third out of the inning, is now up in the fourth with a runner at second being Bartlett. Takes a first pitch strike in there. Oh, 1 out. Here it comes. Bunt is shown. Puts it down over to third base. Kashia, bare hand play. Makes a throw to first. Not in time. That is a masterclass of a bunt. I mean, in all honesty, Forenza puts down the absolute perfect bunt. If you're a coach, you can't ask for a more located and textbook bunt than that. So now, Ellis Lubins, who's been a Gold Glove over there at shortstop so far today, now has the chance to knock in some runs. He has a runner at third and a runner at first with only 1 out. So Renegades looking for a double play ball, but Ellis looking for a simple base hit to cut this lead to only 1. Bunt is shown. Puts it down. Runner goes home. They will trade it out for a run. So Lubins does his job. He gets an RBI with a nice little sack bunt on a 2-3 putout. But that will move over Jake Forenza over to second, and that will score Dylan Bartlett. So Trezumoto, who had a strikeout in the second inning, his first at-bat, is now up with a runner at second. Runner goes. Bain looking to try to throw him out, but it just pops out of his glove. First pitch stealing to third base. Rare attempt, but Forenza has 15 stolen bases, now 16 on the year, which puts him 4th in the conference. So I think a little, kind of a caught off guard stolen base there, and Bain just never really had a hold of the ball. Another off-speed out and away. And, now you can feel the momentum switching. You can feel the Hawks getting loud. They're trying to frazzle Anderson here. Anderson's going to have to dig deep. He's going to have to know, I have the stuff. I've struck out 6 of my 11 outs. And, I know I can do this. It's always got to be thinking. 2-0 high fastball. Got him swinging. Umoto looks in. 2-1. High fastball yet again. Going for the old reliable up there, but Umoto will not bite. So Trez doing a good job. Doing his part as a DH. Making a good long at-bat here. Anderson doesn't want to walk him here to get Proctor up, but does have an open bag too. 3-1. What'll it be? Fastball got him swinging. The 3-2. Lots of pressure on Trez here. Can he provide, or will it be another strikeout victim? 3-2, 2 outs. Here it comes. Got him looking on the inside part of the plate. Perfect location from Anderson against Umoto. Fastball inside at the knees at 88 miles an hour. All you can do is stare at that if you're Umoto. So that he will now be 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts with a swinging and a looking. So that brings his strikeout total to now 7 on the day of his 12 outs will Anderson have. So the Hawks will do some damage though. They will get 1 run on the board in the top of the 4th, but will leave 1 run stranded on third base. So Hawks hoping to carry over this momentum, but if you're a Renegade on the team, you've got to know, let's just keep doing our thing. Let's keep adding run totals. We did it last inning. Let's do it again. Try to get to that same 13 runs that they put up in the last game. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds. So here comes Joaquin Stewart to lead off bottom of the 4th inning. Stewart with a 6-3 put out in the 1st inning. Now in the 4th, will have his 2nd chance up to hit. Stewart with great speed as well, but I mean, that's just kind of a theme you see on this whole entire squad of the Renegades. It's just great speed. He only has 1 stolen base on the year, but that does not show, I mean, his speed he has in the field. He patrols second very well, covers a lot of range over there at second base, and when he gets a hit over in the gap, you know, you're thinking 3 out of the box. Off-speed taken low and away for ball 1. One and one. Here's the pitch. High for strike number 2. Stewart sitting with the 443 average, the pacemaker for the Renegades. 1 and 2. Here comes. Off speed. Swung on. Belted in the left center field. That will be a single for Stewart. Was thinking 2, but puts on the brakes. So Stewart gets himself on for Johnson. Johnson will be up with a runner at first base. Had a 6-3 ground out as well in the 2nd inning. Leiden will check Stewart over there at first base. Keeping him honest over there. Doesn't want Stewart to get too much of a lead, knowing the speed of, I mean, practically this whole lineup for the Renegades. Can't let someone get too far off the bag. First pitch to Johnson. High fastball for ball 1. Johnson's had some big swings over the season so far. He has 2 big flies on the year, with one of them coming in very early in the season. Why am I not seeing his name? Here it is. Ball low for ball 2. Hawks thought it was a strike. Wanted it. Leiden so far doing very good. The limit, only 3 runs for the Renegades and only 5 hits. Swung on hard on the inside part of the plate. Fouled off. Emmett saw that one early. He saw it out of the hand and said, hey, this is inside. This is my bread and butter swing right here. And was just chewing on it. Roped it way foul. So 2-1's the count. Wind right now pushing from left to right as the flags in right field show. Ball low and away. 3-1 now. So looking at a hitter's count, Johnson's got to think, you know, pitch probably over the heart of the plate here. Leiden does not want to put 2 runners on a free pass to get Teo Thompson up, you know, with Kashia following. Here's the pitch. Off speed, chopped at to the right side. Duran thinks about going to 2, but will just tag the bag to get Johnson out at 1. So even with the unfortunate little misswing of Emmett Johnson, it will move Stewart up to second on a 3 unassisted. So here comes Teo Thompson, who had a 3 unassisted as well in the first inning, or excuse me, his first at bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Center fielder shading a little bit more to the right part of the field. First pitch, here it comes. Grounded to Duran. Sliding play, takes a look over at third base, but again, will tag out the runner at first. So Thompson will get another 3 unassisted. Duran getting a lot of reps over there at first base right now. So now Stewart will move over from first to second to third on 2 fielder's choices. Here comes Caden Kashia, who's looking out of his little slump going on in 344, has been higher on the season. Flare shot, base hit through the 5-6 hole. That will be the first RBI for Kashia and the 4th run for the Renegades today. So 1 pitch is all he needs. RBI base hit for Caden Kashia. Stewart gets over on 2 fielder's choices and a base hit. So Stewart will come in to score. As here comes Jordan Medina, who's feeling hot. He's 2 for 2 with 2 base hits today. He's 2 of the 6th Renegades hits so far. Leiden looks in. Kicks and deals. Kashia goes. Here's a throw. Safe at second base. So Kashia will get another stolen base. So either the Renegades knew something previously about Leiden's delivery and ability to pitch quickly with a runner on base, or the catcher Benner. Maybe he's not the greatest catcher to throw runners out. I mean, Kashia's taken off on first pitches both times he's been on first base. Ball inside of Medina for the second ball of the at-bat, 2-0. Base hit will score Kashia just as Medina did last inning. Or excuse me, his first at-bat in the first inning. Scored Medina on a base hit, or scored Kashia on a base hit from second. Fastball outside for strike number 1. Wind dying down just so ever slightly. Still blowing from left to right, favoring Medina. Feeling more as the temperature actually says, being 75 degrees. Off speed taken outside for ball 2. For strike number 2. Good pitch out there, keeping Medina on his heels, not really wanting to swing at that, and Leiden getting a free strike for himself. So 2-2, 2 outs, runner at second. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. Leiden does have a base open to put Medina. 3-2, here it comes. Ball outside, ball 4. So Medina will walk. Medina still hitting 1,000 today. So here comes Chuy Vasquez, who is due today. He has a 4-3 put out and a 6-3 put out. 2 swings that moved over the runners, but nothing productive yet, just quite yet for him. The pitching coach for the Hawks will come out, kind of calm down Leiden. But Vasquez tied 3rd with his teammate Joaquin Stewart for RBIs in the Coast South, which Vasquez has a .596 slugging percentage and a .523 on-base percentage. Which, you hear .596 slugging, you're thinking, well, that's got to be the highest in the team. Nope. Joaquin Stewart has a .620 slugging percentage on the year with a .510 on-base percentage as well. So long meeting on the mound. He'll play an umpire. Will break it up. Now 2 outs. You got Chuy Vasquez up with runners at first and second being Medina at first and Kashia at second. Big at bat here. 0-0, first pitch. Off speed way outside for ball 1. Vasquez has one of the best eyes I've seen from any player on this team. I mean, a little fun fact about Vasquez's season, he only has 1 strikeout looking on the season. 1. And it was at home. Runners go. Double steals on. Kashia goes to third. Not in time. Kashia does come off the bag for a split second, but puts his foot back on the bag with tag being applied, but to no avail. So double steal will help. That will be now a base hit for Vasquez. Will score 2. So 1-1. Leiden kicks and deals. Fastball low for ball 2. Again, but yeah, Vasquez has one looking strikeout on the season, so he can really adapt to the strike zone very well and knows, hey, if I'm going to go down on 3 strikes, I'm not going to go down looking. I got to put an at-bat, a competitive swing on it at least, which is something he's done his whole season so far. Take strike 2 over the heart of the plate. I think that's something he might want back, but I think he was kind of sitting for an off-speed pitch on that that approach. Or, I mean, actually, that was 82 miles an hour. So 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. Ball high and away for ball 3. So 3-2. Leiden does have a free base to put Vasquez if need be. But that would bring up Bain, who you do not want up with bases loaded, that's for sure, especially in a lefty-righty battle. 3-2, here it comes. Fastball high and inside, popped up. Trouble over in right center field. Right fielder calls it off, corrals it. That will be the 3rd out of the inning. So Vasquez will be 0 for 3 on the day, something we don't see very often from Chewy, but that'll be a fly out to right field for the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 runners left on base, but the Renegades will score 1, so they'll answer back with 1 of their own. 4-2 going at top 5. We'll see you folks in about 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks, to the top of the 5th inning here at the Ohlone College baseball field with no name. Softball has the Runyon field, but baseball's got nothing, just the Ohlone Renegades baseball field. But a little update for you guys from Runyon Field. The Ohlone softball Renegades are winning 6-0 against Chabot. That is the first time all season they've been winning in a game leading into any of the innings. I mean, they're 2 of their 3 wins. First pitch fouled off left side. 2 of their 3 wins have been walk-off comebacks in a doubleheader game, which is, I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a doubleheader where they've walked it off both times. First one in the bottom of the 7th, and then the second one in extra innings in the bottom of the 8th. Osby's slowing down. Number 13, Bryson Proctor up to the plate, excuse me. So quick 0-2 for Proctor. Ball taken outside, almost called for strike 3, but Proctor had a swing and strikeout in the first at-bat of his day, which is in the 2nd. Now he's in top of the 5th. Looking to change that for him. Big bender up and inside, just not close enough on the zone. Anderson's been dealing. I mean, 7 of his 12 outs in this game have been strikeouts. 2-2, here it comes. Off speed, roped, left side. Under it will be who? Will be Tegan Riley. So there will be a substitution out there. Let me mark this for Proctor. Fly out to left field. So that will now be, instead of Medina, who looks like Medina's in center, and it seems like Teo Thompson was taken out, but I will get confirmation when he comes up to hit. Strike 1 in the at-bat over the heart of the plate. I'm just going to write that down now. So I believe it looks like Medina out there in center field. I know Riley's out in left, so can mark that down after. I'll do that this half inning. Fastball over the heart of the plate again for strike 2, which I think Anderson feels the need to do this. I mean, you have Benner up, who is only hitting lower, or now below .067, which he started the day off with. Fastball outer part of the plate, called strike 3, got him looking on the outer part. Benner not happy with it, as he is the catcher for Cabrillo, so he thinks he knows his zone pretty well, but that'll be a looking strikeout for Benner. So that is now 8 strikeouts on the day through 4 2/3 for Anderson. So here comes Lucas Durand again, who had a looking strikeout in the first. In the third inning, he had a 4-3 putout, looking to get a board for the first time this game. Comebacker, straight to Anderson. Durand flips his bat, upset at himself for making a weak contact just like that, but that'll be a 1-3 putout. So very productive inning for Anderson, adding to his strikeout total on the day, which at this pace, we're looking at 10-plus strikeouts for him. But so far, he will end with 8 through 5, and Leiden will come back out to pitch for the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back in about 30 seconds, folks. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning, folks. Derek Bain to lead off the inning, who has had a pretty good day so far. He had an RBI single, ended up getting to third base in the first inning, and he got a hit by pitch, got a stolen base, and moved over on a sac fly to right field. So he is 1 for 1 on the day with getting on base twice in both at-bats. First pitch, ground ball, right side over to Lucas Durand for the first out of the inning. So Durand having a busy day over there. He's been having a very eventful day over at first base. I believe he now has 3 or 4. 3 unassisted for Durand. Here comes Chris Flores, the first baseman for the Renegades today. And the first baseman has been a bouncing around position so far. I mean, Bain's been there a couple times if he's not catching. Julian Cambra was mainly over there at first base. But with the struggles on him so far recently, kind of more of a mental struggle for Cambra, now hitting .284, and he was one of the better hitters on this team. Curran's giving him kind of a break, trying to have him focus up for the later parts of the season when they're going to need him. He's one of the best power bats on this team when he's hot. Hageman on deck will come after Flores. Flores 0-2. Leiden looking to retire Flores on 1 pitch. Here it comes. Fastball high, fouled off by Flores. So Flores 0 for 2 on the day, had a fly out to the catcher and then a fly out to right field, but it was a sac fly, so an RBI. 0-2, here it comes again. Bender in there, got him, strike 3 on the front door off speed. So nasty pitch there from Leiden, got Flores looking. So Flores 0 for 3 on the day, but did not get an RBI. So now here comes Cam Hegeman, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a fly out to right field. Strike in there for the first pitch, the at-bat. Oh, 1. Leiden kicks and deals. Off speed in the dirt. Waved at from Hegeman. Stewart on deck if Cam can get on base here. 0-2, Leiden looking to put away a very strong bottom of the 5th for him. Here it comes. Off speed taken outside for ball 1. 1-2. Line drive. Second base. Diving. Out of the glove. Can't field it cleanly is the second baseman Bartlett, who made a good play over there to range over and corral it in his glove. But it kind of just popped out. And, I mean, unfortunately for him, he never really had a full grasp of it. So that'll be a base hit for Hegeman. With Joaquin Stewart up to bat now, who had a 6-3 ground out in the first. And in the fourth, he got a base hit, ended up scoring later in that inning. From a RBI base hit from Kashia. Check back, holding Hegeman at first base. Oh, here it comes. Off speed in there for strike 1. Something Leiden's been doing, which has been really beneficial for him, is mixing up his pitch sequence throughout each at-bat. You know, when you're a hitter, you after an at-bat, whether it be positive or negative for you yourself, you go and tell your teammates, hey, you know, this is what he did. He threw a first pitch fastball inside on my hands. Runner goes. Hegeman slide in there for a stolen base. So pretty easy stolen base for Hegeman there. Throw wasn't really on line or there in time in any way. I mean, I just didn't know if they were expecting Cam to take off there. But as I was saying, I mean, when you're a hitter on a team like this, you relay information that you get from your at-bat to your teammates. But something Leiden's been doing has been mixing up his first pitches a lot. He's been throwing an off-speed, a fastball, inside, outside, all these different mix-ups on each pitch where you can't get in a groove as a hitter. You're thinking, you know, maybe he might throw a fastball first pitch. I can have a first pitch attack, but, you know, then he'll throw a bender in there for strike 1. So keeping the mix-up, you know, makes and forces these hitters from the Renegade staff to stay flat-footed and kind of be defensive in the first pitch. Fastball line, right side. It will be down. That will score Hegeman. Stewart on his horse, going to second. Third base coach will hold him at second base. That will be a stand-up RBI double for Joaquin Stewart to extend the lead by 3 runs, now 5-1. Or 5-2, excuse me, for the Renegades. Here comes Emmett Johnson with Stewart at second base. Johnson 0 for 2 on the day with a 6-3 and a 3 unassisted, part of the 5-3 unassisted that Durand has corralled over there at first base. Leiden checking Stewart at second. First pitch off speed in there for strike 1. So as my suspicions were correct, Tegan Riley is on deck, so Thompson, you can close the book for him. Ground ball left side through the glove of the third baseman, and then the shortstop, Ellis, tries to corral it. but it will actually kill the ball a little bit and die it down for the left fielder out there, Proctor, who tries to make a throw home as Stewart comes barreling in, but the throw will not be in time. So it'll be an RBI single for Emmett Johnson. And he will also advance over to second on the throw. So now the lead is 6-2 in Renegades' favor, with Tegan Riley up to hit now. So Thompson's book will be closed. Thompson was 0 for 2 on the day with 2 3 unassisted outs. He's 2 of the 5 that Duran corralled. First pitch swinging, ground ball over to Ellis. Off back foot, two-hopper to first. Not in time, calls him safe. Good hustle by Riley on a first pitch swing and to get himself over to extend this inning even longer, moving Johnson over to third base. So, I mean, that would have been a great play by Ellis Lubins over there at shortstop, who's been great all day. I mean, he's been dominating in that part of the field, but just kind of a weird, play over to his right side, fielded it cleanly, but back foot throw, two-hopper to first base. Duran corralled it cleanly, but just not in time to make the out. So now first and third for Caden Kashia, who last time he was up in the fourth, got an RBI single and 2 stolen bases in that inning. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tegan Riley will swipe second base here. Leiden tries to pick him off. I think Leiden and I are thinking the same thing. Tegan might be getting the green light to go steal second here. Oh, well. Riley goes. No throw. So free stolen base on a ball from Leiden to Kashia gives Kashia the chance to knock in 2 runners here on a base hit, being Johnson at third and Tegan Riley at second. Here's the pitch, 1-0. Off speed, inside, strike 1. Good bender there from Leiden, just catching the inside part of the plate. The Blues been having a good, consistent strike zone today on the outer parts, calling it favorable for the pitching staff. 1-1, 2 outs. A fastball high and away for ball 2. Kashia steps in. Looks down Leiden. Leiden looks back. Kicks and deals. Here it is. Ball over the heart of the plate. Will be fouled off to the left side. Kashia definitely wants that one back. That's a ball Kashia is known to be hitting very well. And something about Kashia's hitting that I really enjoy watching as well is his ability to protect the outer part of the plate and result in doubles. A lot of his doubles have been kind of slappers down the left field line. 2-2 inside for ball 3. But yeah, a lot of his doubles on the season, especially at home, have been little, pokes on the outer part of the plate that go down the left field line and just roll to the wall. And he's one of the better hitters at that, protecting that outer part of the plate, letting his hands be delayed just a half second to poke that ball and swing through it. So 3-2. Here it comes. Same kind of swing what I was just talking about, but fouled off. Leiden looking in, 3-2. Can put Kashia on first base. Here's the pitch. Ball high and away. So just as I was saying, I mean, you can put him on first. But the only problem with that is you got Jordan Medina, who is second on the team in RBIs with 31, hitting .394 in the season, which that is definitely above that number. He's in the 400 range for sure, as he is now 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. So pitching staff will come out for their second mound meeting this game for Brady Leiden. And groundskeeper 7438, Ellis Lubin's dad here. Thank you for giving me that compliment, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah. Lubins. I was hoping it was Lubins. It's a name that I wanted to try to go like Lubians, but I was like, let's just stick with Lubins. But yeah, thank you guys for the praise. I enjoy doing this. It's fun to give you guys the announcing and showing each game, so that way the fans at home can watch it without having to travel all the way here. So that will actually be it for Brady Leiden, as they will make a pitching change. And once I can see the number, I believe that's 12. Who I believe would be Declan Berry. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. So Declan Berry has a 9 ERA with 7 appearances, no wins, no losses recorded. He has 9 innings pitched with 10 hits, 11 runs, and 9 earned runs, giving up 5 walks and 8 strikeouts. So he is a possibility to walk, but also has 5 strikeouts. So, I mean, not too bad, but Berry's opponent batting average is .278. So for Brady Leiden, he's going to close the book today with 4 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 10 hits on the day, with an ERA of 6, also giving up 6 runs. There are no errors in the day. How many walks did he have? Let's count them. 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 walks on the day for Leiden, with 1 hit by pitch. And he recorded 2 strikeouts on the day. So, decent day from him. Now, the responsibility of all 3 runners on base will be Leiden's still. So, probably should have waited to write the ERA and the runs there, but it's okay. Well, good thing, there's no such thing as erasing as I'm doing it in pen, but we can just edit that out. So a lefty-righty battle here for Medina. A lefty-lefty battle. I forgot that Berry was left-handed. So lefty-lefty battle. Medina coming in the disadvantage in this at-bat, but doesn't need, if you're the Hawks, you need any disadvantage against Medina you possibly can get. Medina now hitting over 400. First pitch swinging, ground ball over to the second baseman, corrals it, throws to first. So Berry will do his job. 1 pitch is all Berry needs to close out this inning. You gotta love the aggressiveness from Medina, but just a simple 4-3 ground out. He wanted the pitch, just couldn't execute properly for what he was looking for. So Renegades will almost hit through the lineup as Bain started at bottom of the 5th, but they will only put up 2 runs, so now making the lead 6-2 this game, with Chewy Vasquez leading off in the bottom of the 6th. And coming in for the top of the 6th will be Schmeiser, Bartlett, and Dew. So we'll see if the Cabrillo Hawks can put up some more runs to cut this lead down to anything smaller than what it is at 4 runs. But stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. So here we go, back in now the top of the 6th inning, with the Renegades leading the Cabrillo Hawks 6-2. And yeah, Clay Schmeiser can't get much games being in Vegas. I know, right? We got a lot of Vegas parents or grandparents or whoever watching today. No way you're making the trip out. That's just, not something that you can do this season, but I'm glad you guys can enjoy it at home. You know, any way that you guys can keep watching these games is always fantastic. First pitch swinging for a strike from Jason Schmeiser, who has had a decent day so far, 1 for 2 with a base hit, got a stolen base, and scored in that first inning. He's one of their 2 runs today, and struck out swinging in his second at-bat in the third. So now comes the 6th. Pop fly, ranging to right field. That will be out of play over near the parking lots. So quick 0-2 for Anderson against Schmeiser. Schmeiser is the stolen base threat of the conference. He's leading with 25 stolen bases. I mean, as we saw, he got another stolen base, so now with 26 on the season with the first with stolen base in the first inning for him. You can almost practically guarantee when he gets on base, he's probably thinking about swiping a bag or two. 0-2. Check swing. Called. Swinging. So they will make the play, drop third, throw over to first base, get him on a swinging strikeout. So that is now Anderson's. Let's count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th strikeout on the day. So 9 of the 16 outs that Anderson has produced today have been strikeouts. So Dylan Bartlett, who's had a day, same kind of similarities of Schmeiser with a base hit and a strikeout swinging. In the reverse order of Schmeiser, in fact. First inning, Schmeiser got a base hit and a stolen base and scored, but Bartlett struck out. In the 4th inning, Bartlett actually got a base hit and scored, with Schmeiser striking out in the previous at-bat. Called strike number 1 on an off-speed over the heart of the plate. Ball taken outside. 2-1 now. Two and 1 the count. 1 out. Bartlett looking to get on base for due. Up to bat after him. Called strike over the plate. Bain pops out of his glove, but it will be called a strike. Anderson looking to record his 10th strikeout. Coming to double digits. 2-2. Bounce to the plate. Outer part, ball 3. Three to the count. Anderson looks in. Picks, rocks. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up to Anderson. Glove sniped by Anderson. Tosses over to Flores for the second out of the inning. Another 1-3 put out for Matthew Anderson. Now Triton Dew, who has a RBI base hit or an error, in fact, an RBI anyway on the day in the first at bat, and then a fly out to the third baseman in the second at bat of his day. So here comes his third in the 6th inning, with 2 outs remaining, no one on base for him. First pitch, ball low, first ball 1. Fastball strike, calling the outer part of the plate. Something, too, from opening day for the major leagues being on Netflix. I wonder if they're going to have any more games on Netflix this year at all. I'm not sure if that was a one-time thing. Off-speed taken low. They checked to see if he went. Did not go around, so 2-1. But I'm just wondering, maybe I'll look it up. Will Netflix stream any more baseball games this season? Let's see. My guess is no, as it's not necessarily a streaming service, more of just a movie platform, but they will stream some more. Okay, cool. They'll stream the Home Run Derby in July and the Field of Dreams game in August. So they're part of the new partnership with the MLB. So I guess MLB partnered with Netflix to provide a few more games. Ground ball to Vasquez. First play of the day for him. Corrals it. Clean throw to first. Flores makes the play. And that will be a quick 3 up, 3 down for Anderson, who's been dealing all day today. So 6-3 put out ends the top of the 6th for the Hawks. Bottom 6th will kick off with Vasquez, who just made that last play, to Bain to Flores. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds for the bottom of the 6th. So Declan Berry out for another inning of work. He came in just to deal with a third of an inning, had bases loaded, 2 outs, in a bit of a jam that Leiden put him in, but got out of it with 1 pitch on a ground ball from a 4-3 putout. So Declan Berry looking to continue that streak of 1-pitch outs with Vasquez up to hit. I want to know from you guys at home watching, who's your favorite baseball team to watch? I know with opening day kicking off yesterday and also part of today, a lot of the teams first day, opening day, and I just want to hear, who are your guys' favorite teams to watch? I've been missing the baseball season, been a long off season, lots of player changes on different teams and whatnot. So, yeah, just let me know. Tell me your favorite team, favorite announcers, whoever it is. Just, let us know. I have strike 1 in there for the first pitch of the at-bat for Chuy Vasquez. So Vasquez's first time seeing Declan. Fastball in there, flared right side. Foul ball. Almost got himself a double to lead off the inning. So Chuy looking to get on board for the first time today. He's 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a flyout to right field. Kind of unusual for Vasquez, but knowing Chuy and how he's hitting 440, he has a very strong chance of he is going to get on base at some point in this game. He'll most likely have one more at-bat after this in the 8th, if everything goes to plan for the Renegades. Ball outside for ball 1 in the at-bat. Wind has died down over where I'm at more, but still in the outfield, flags going from left to right, still pushing out to that right side. So a slicing ball to the right side from Vasquez will probably get down. Off-speed in there, strike 3. So Vasquez will strike out looking, and that will only be his second strikeout looking on the season, which is extremely rare. I mean, that's practically as rare as winning the lottery, it feels like, for Chuy striking out looking. But, I mean, a 70-mile-an-hour bender in there from a lefty off of someone you haven't seen all season, that's going to be hard to deal with. So Derek Bain in now. Same pitch, off-speed in there, just too low for a ball. So Bain with a lefty-lefty attack. Bain is 1 for 2 on the day today. Has a RBI single, got hit by a pitch, and it had a ground out to Lucas Duran, which is unassisted. Fastball in there outside for ball 1. Clouds rolling in heavy behind me. It looks like it'll be a foggy, cloudy rest of the day and night, maybe leading into tomorrow as well. Off-speed in there, strike called on the inner part toward the knees of Bain. I mean, that's practically an unhittable pitch. If you're looking for that pitch, which is, by the way, 66 miles an hour. Talk about change of speeds. Usually these hitters are used to 90 to 80, and then you're dropping a 66 bender in there at your knees. How are you supposed to foul that off? Scoreboard then had 98 on that, which was definitely not right. 68 mile an hour off speed. So 2-2. Derek Bain takes ball 3 outside bouncing. Good block from Benner, excuse me. 3-2. Here it comes. Ball 4 way outside. Easy take for Bain. So Anthony Mares will now be in for Flores' spot. So Chris Flores, you can end his day, close his book for him. He was 0 for 3 on the day. Did have an RBI, but had a fly out to the catcher, fly out to right field, and a looking strikeout in the 5th inning. So now is Anthony Mares, who I'm assuming he would just 100% take over Flores' spot at third base, but I'll wait and see. Maybe Kern will put in Canberra or someone else over at first, but I'm assuming it'll be Mars. Off-speed in there for ball 1, low. So Mars on the season is, unfortunately for him, the worst hitter on the Renegades from this lineup. I mean, he's hitting .091, getting on base only, or getting a hit only 9% of the times he's up to bat. He has 6 hits. Excuse me. He has 2 hits with 6 runs and no RBIs and no double, triple, or home run to speak about. Does have 2 total bases. His on-base percentage of .333, though, so he has gotten walked 7 times when he's been at the plate. Way inside off-speed. Almost bent back on a front door off-speed there, but called inside for a ball. But yeah, Mars, even though he's only hitting, 91 on the season, he has a .333 on-base percentage because he has 7 walks. 7 walks with 7 strikeouts and 1 hit by pitch. Barry will check back Bain over at first base. So with 1 out, Mars looking to do some damage here. Take a good swing of the bat, add to his 2 hits on the season, with Hegeman up to hit after him. Mars takes inside. Bain, delayed steal. Heading over to second. Tag on him. Safe! He got under the tag. Foot hit the bag just in time right before the tag was applied. So Bain either a delayed steal or just kind of slipped out of break to get over to second, but that will be his 2nd stolen base on the day. Proven, catchers can run. Bain has some wheels behind him. 2-2. Mares. Here comes. Pass ball. Bounce behind the catcher, Benner. Kicking away from him. Bain rounding a big round over at third base. Looking to maybe sneak a little run there, but will not happen as Benner corrals it. So all of a sudden, Mares base hit scores Bain. Puts him in a really happy position to just get one little base hit, gives him a nice RBI instead of trying to knock in a double or maybe even a big fly. 3-2. Here it comes. Fly ball. Right field. Back. Out of here! Big fly for Anthony Mares. 2-run jack. .32 inside off speed. Kind of left hanging for Mares on the inner part of the plate and just unloads his hips into it. Hands follow cleanly. Right fielder tracked back, but barely even thought about looking at. He was just looking at that ball. Had no attempt to even want to try to catch that one. So, huge home run for Mares there to prove he's here. He's here to be a player and be aggressive. So 2 RBI home run for Mares. So here's Cam Hegeman with 1 down. Hegeman so far today has a double, fly out to the right fielder, and a single, which he got a stolen base and ended up scoring. 1-1 now to Hegeman, so 2 for 3 on the day. Ground ball, left side. Speared by the third baseman. Strong throw to first. Hegeman legging it out. Scoop by Duran. Got him at first base. Here comes Stewart, he's 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a double. Scored on both of those at-bats and got a 6-3 ground out in the first inning. Stewart looking to extend this inning for the Renegades. First pitch, strike to Stewart. Give you guys a little update real quick on the Chabot Renegades game. The Renegades are winning 17-2. Oh my goodness gracious. That is the highest run total I've seen them put up ever. And it comes against their rival, the Chabot Gladiators, who are also having not the greatest season. So, I mean, maybe this is a little a turn for the Renegades if they can hit. I mean, granted, Chabot isn't the greatest team, but if they can know that they have the ability to hit when they need to against a team like Chabot, I mean, what's stopping them, right? Two and two, 2 outs. Joaquin Stewart in the box. Way outside for ball 3. So 8-2 the score. Cabrillo coming in with 3 hits, 2 runs, and the Renegades 2 errors, 11 hits with 8 runs. Ball 4. So Stewart will reach on a walk, extending this big inning for the Renegades. Here comes Emmett Johnson, who's been patrolling right field today. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a 6-3 putout, a 3 unassisted, and a base hit that got him over to third base in the inning. So there will be a pinch runner for Stewart. Paul Wagner will come in and run over there at first base for Joaquin. You can close the book for Stewart today, as Wagner will come in. Emmett Johnson with Wagner at first. 2 down. Check back over to Wagner. Paul on the season has 1 stolen base. I mean, don't let that distract you from his also speed. I mean, he's got some blazers, in those shoes for him. First pitch, Bender in there for off-speed strike on the outside part of the plate. Oh, 1. 2 down. Runner first. Checks him yet again. That last time there was a time when the pitcher picked off or attempted to pick off the runner at first base, about 4 times in an at-bat, and I was saying, I wonder when here's another one, the 3rd time. I was going to say, I wonder when the new rule that the MLB has applied, being you can't check off, or you can check off, or why am I saying check off? Excuse me. You can pick off a runner twice on 2 attempts, and the 3rd attempt must result in an out, or it is a free pass for the runner. Ball way inside, almost gets past the catcher Benner, but corrals it. Because, I mean, right here, Declan Barry could very easily just attempt to pick off Wagner at first. I mean, all the time he wants to. There's no penalty for checking out the runner at first base. I mean, a million times, as he will, 4th time now. So Wagner's been attempted to be picked off 4 times now. One on 1, 2 down. Emmett Johnson up at the plate. Here comes the pitch. High fastball, ball 2. Johnson doesn't like it. Not what he wants to see here. Two one. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the zone, popped way high up. Duran calls it over at first base and will corral it for the 3rd out of the inning. So Barry gets out of the jam, but without giving up 2 runs himself. Anthony Mares coming in clutch for the Renegades, coming in for the so-called pinch hit bomb. Works a big 3-2 count and absolutely ropes one about 340 out to right field over where the flagpoles are. So big swing in the bat by Anthony Mares, proving himself, hey, I can be on the starting lineup. Why not? So Renegades bump up their lead 8-2 with Anderson coming back to pitch in the top of the 7th. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. About 30 seconds. Welcome back, folks. We will have some more defensive substitutions for you guys here at home. We got a new right fielder in the game. And, center fielder will stay Jordan Medina. But right field will now be patrolled by LT Lindsay over there in right. So you can close the book for Emmett Johnson. Number 7, Lindsay, will be out there. First pitch strike to Jake Forenza, who Forenza patrolling right field today. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Fouled off, 0-2 now the count. He had a looking strikeout in the first inning and got a base hit with a stolen base in the 4th. So now the top of the 7th, third at bat on the day for him. 0-2, here it comes. Grounded right side, fouled. And Anthony Mares at first base now from just, coming in last inning, replacing Flores, getting a huge pinch hit bomb for him, which will, Mares, that will be his first home run of the year as Anderson will strike out Forenza. So 1 out on the inning. Ellis Lubins, who was 0 for 2 on the day, had a fly out to right field, an RBI 2-3 bunt, sack bunt. First pitch strike over the heart of the plate on off speed. So Anderson now has, I believe, 11 strikeouts on the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Foul out of play. 7, 8, 9. No, he has 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's 10 strikeouts. 0 for 2 on my count. 10 Ks on the day for Anderson. Ground ball left side because she has corralled it. 2-step. Has to pick it. Mares. Acrobatic step back on the play at first base. Up there from a one-hop throw from Kashia. So 5-3 put out, but give Mares some credit over there coming in at first base for the first play over there for him. Makes a nice acrobatic lean back drop step into a catch. So Trezumoto, who's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts, looking to have a little bit of a different fortune for him. First pitch, ball in the dirt. And this reminds me, if he gets striking out here, he'll have 3 strikeouts in the day, of course. But that reminds me, last time me and Arno were here talking about the golden sombrero. And I remember that the golden sombrero is used for 4 strikeouts, not 3, because sombrero is 3. You're picking up a sombrero of strikeouts. But the golden sombrero is a term used for when it's just on top of that. You're getting 4. Like, you're 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, golden sombrero for you. Which, funny enough, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, 4 strikeouts on opening day. Kind of the most anticlimactic opening day for him and bettors at home. I know the lines where people were betting for home runs, 2 hits, 3 hits for him on the day to start the season. But Aaron Judge kept his postseason stats up in the regular season. He went 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts, and I believe, ground out. I don't remember what the last at-bat was. Big swing and a miss from Emoto. 2-2 to count now. Anderson looking to rack up another 3 up, 3 down. This will be his 3rd inning in a row of seeing 3 batters and getting all 3 back to the dugout. Ground ball right side. In fair territory. Played for Mares. Take it unassisted. So that will now be 3 innings straight of domination by Matthew Anderson. 3 up, 3 down. Back-to-back-to-back innings. We could very well see a complete game here, folks. So stay tuned and watch out for that as Anderson corralled his 10th strikeout on the day. So we'll be back in about 30 seconds with Chewy Vasquez leading off, followed by Bain and excuse me, with Tegan Riley leading off, followed by Kashia and Medina. Stay tuned, folks. Welcome back, folks. Tegan Riley leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Gades. So, new pitcher alert as well. You can close the book for Declan Berry, who went 2 1/3 innings with only giving up 1 hit, but surrendered 2 runs and 2 earned runs on the day, which was all attested from the big swing from Anthony Mares over the right field wall for the big fly for Mares, his first of the year. So, pitching now is Isaiah Giambruno. Isaiah Giambruno coming in with a 3.29 ERA, 1-1 on the season in 10 appearances. He has 13.2 innings pitched, giving up 5 earned runs, 7 walks, and 9 strikeouts with an opponent batting average of 184. So Riley 1 for 1 today on the now continuing to stay 1 for 1. As I say that, he gets hit by a pitch. So Riley will get on for free on an 0-2 count hit by pitch, which I've heard from pitchers is the most frustrating hit by pitch to give up when it's a 0-2 count. And you're looking for the off-speed to close out the at-bat, and unluckily enough, hit him right in the leg. So Curran calling some signs out to Riley and Kashia. Might be a bunt or a hit and run. Who knows? Wish I knew those signs. 8-2 the score. Runner at first. No outs. Kashia up. Ball low and away. Kashia steps in. Makes eye contact with Isaiah. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. Tailing away in the strike zone for strike 1. Giambruno seen kind of the middle amount of innings compared to most of these teams. I think he has around the most innings as a relief pitcher with 13.2. A lot of the other pitchers on this squad are all starters, of course, with the high upper to the 30 innings pitched. But 13.2, 13 2/3 innings seems to be the most innings pitched from a relief pitcher, unless I'm seeing K. Manick got 15 1/3, so. Runner goes, fouled off by Kashia. Medina on deck after Caden Kashia. Kashia having a great day today. Runner goes, fouled off yet again. So Riley getting cardio out there. He didn't get enough cardio already today or the previous week. He's getting it right now. But as I was saying, Kashia having a great day today. He's 1 for 2 with reaching base 3 times with 2 walks and a looking strikeout. Pickoff attempt back to Riley to no avail. I don't know how I'm just now realizing this. Everybody on Cabrillo is wearing high socks. I don't know how I just realized that. Runner goes. Ball inside. Throw it on to second base. Riley snags the base. Ball kicks away off of Ellis's glove, but Riley will stay over at second. So Teagan with a stolen base. That will be adding to Riley's total of 3. So he had 2 before this. Now his 3rd stolen base in the season. Oh, no, 4th, because he had stolen base last inning as well, last time he was on base. Runner goes. Delayed steal fouled off by Kashia. Riley bouncing around over there at second base. He's threatening stealing 3rd as well. So based off how many stolen bases today, which I believe, we're upwards towards 7, I believe, today. But based off how many stolen bases have been happening today, it seems as if the Renegades knew the catcher, Benner, didn't have the greatest arm or pop time. Kashia fouls off another pitch back to the support beam over here on the fence. So Kashia with a long at-bat here. Looking around the 6th or 8th pitch, I can't remember, of the at-bat. Staying loose is Kashia. Bruno, 2-2. Picks off over at second base to Teagan Riley to no avail. Pump fake, throw back. Long grinding at bat for Isaiah, the pitcher, number 8. He was hoping to kind of come in here, get it in and out pretty quickly to get his team back in the back, in the hitting column, but nothing just quite yet. Fastball way outside, 3-2 now the count. Wouldn't be surprised here if Riley reads a ball in the dirt. He's probably going to delayed steal and try to swipe third base, get a 1st and 3rd situation instead of a 2nd and 3rd, or even 1st and 2nd, excuse me. 3-2 to Kashia. Ground ball left side. Diving stop by the third baseman. Stands up. Strong throw to first. Calls him out on the play. Bang, bang call, but Kashia just not there in time. So great play by the third baseman, Triton Dew, making a diving snag on a decently hard hit ball from Kashia and holding Riley over there at second. So, and all of that long at bat results in just 1 out, and that's kind of it. So Medina up now. Good day for him as well. 2 for 3 on the day. Called a balk, so no pitch. So we will get Riley over to third. On a balk from the pitcher, Bruno. So 0-0 the count. 1 out. Base hit will score Riley. Infield in. Medina looking to poke something in the outfield here. First pitch swing and fouled off. Flared over to the left side. Left fielder ranging in. Will let it drop, as that most likely would have been a sac fly. Whether that was intentional or not, looked intentional, but probably just couldn't get there in time. That was Bryson Proctor over there in left field. So 0-1 the count. Fastball high, called for strike 2. So quick 0-2 to Medina. Medina changes his stance in an 0-2 rather than a 1-strike count. Flips it foul. But yeah, I really like, so Medina's stance alone, it reminds me a lot of early Bryce Harper when he was in the league. When he was a young rookie in the league, he had a very open, squatted stance on the left-hand batter's box, but and Medina has a very open stance very wiggly, open stance, keeps him in a rhythm. But once it goes to 2 strikes, he closes off his front foot, keeps his bat very much more still, has no stride, just picks up his left foot, kind of twists it, and explodes through his, loaded back leg. So he's not looking for anything big on a 2-strike at bat. Anything 1 strike or less, he's looking for a normal swing, double, home run maybe, but 2 strikes, looking for a simple short-handed swing, which Gambruno will strike out Medina on a nasty off-speed low on his knees. So 2 outs now. Chuy Vasquez, 0 for 4 on the day. He will get his 5th at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looking to get a base hit on no better time than now to knock in a run, to extend this lead to 7 if he can get a base hit here. Vasquez's last at-bat struck out looking. First pitch swinging, fouled off, back to the catcher, Benner. Oh, 1, here it comes, 2 down. Vasquez takes inside, off speed. 1-1 the count now. Vasquez having a quiet day today, as we've seen, and even quiet on the field. Only 1 play for him over at shortstop. Anderson, when you got Anderson on the mound, it's just most of it, 10 strikeouts. The strikeout has been the biggest victim of outs for the Hawks today, so not much play for the infielders. So Vasquez in a hole now, 0-2. Found himself in this hole quite a lot today. Cabrillo kind of has his number so far. Chuy also, for you guys at home who don't know, specifically the Cabrillo fans, committed to a D1 school, University of Hawaii, Division I. So congrats to Chuy Vasquez. So as there was a ball in the dirt, and Vasquez check swung to no avail. He definitely did not cross the plane whatsoever. They checked, he was safe, and Cabrillo umpire Scott arguing balls and strikes, and the umpire says, hey, cut it out, or that will be a warning, and next time it'll be an injection. So 1-2, 2 out, runner at third. Vasquez up. Fouled back yet again. Chuy with a good at-bat so far. Fouling off the right pitches, taking the right pitches as well. Just a flare shot. He has an open space over to the shortstop side. 5-6 hole is as big as you can get it. Shortstop playing practically right behind the pitcher, and third baseman hugging the bag. So he has a big open spot for a ground ball here. Checked inside for ball number 2. The pitcher now, Gambruno, his hat is falling off every single pitch he's taken. Someone's got to tighten that hat for him. 2-2, 2 out. Runner third. Vasquez looking to get a hit in the hit column. Here it comes. Fastball high, fouled off. It's really good protect by Vasquez there on, what's been an off-speed centered at bat with balls in the dirt on the inside of the plate, outside part of the plate, kind of off-speeds everywhere. And he runs a 85-mile-per-hour fastball up in the hands, and Vasquez fouls it off. So we'll see it again. 2-2. Isaiah kicks and deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Vasquez goes down on strikes. So that'll be Vasquez's 5th at-bat with no result for him. So rough day for Vasquez. And the Renegades will strand Teagan, who got on a hit-by-pitch and got over to third. So after Riley gets on base, it'll be a 1-2-3 inning. And Gambruno does his job. So I would cut to break, but unfortunately, Anderson will be taken out of this game. Anderson with a dominant pitching performance. 10 strikeouts on the day, only giving up 3 hits and 2 runs, will be taken out. So now to come in to pitch will be number 16, Zach Vasquez. So you can close the book for Anderson, who had 7 innings pitched. 7 innings pitched, only giving up 3 hits with 2 runs, and I believe only 1 earned run because it was an error on the other one. And with recording 10 strikeouts on the day, with only, let's count the walks, shall we? No walks so far, no walks, no walks, no walks, no walks, no walks on the day. So no free passes for Anderson with 10 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 2 runs on the board, only giving up 3 hits through 7. So great day for Anderson. Now is Zach Vasquez. Zach Vasquez on the year, one of the better relief pitchers the Renegades have. 1.69 ERA through 10 and 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 9 runs, but only 2 earned runs, with 9 walks and 8 strikeouts, giving up a double and no triples or home runs in the year. He has an opponent batting average of 154, so great numbers from Zach Vasquez. Looking to come in and just close out this 8th and probably 9th as well. So lead off this top of the 8th inning will be number 31, who I need to check. I need to get a name on this because he is a new player who he is filling in the position of Bryson Proctor. So it'll be 31. Let me look at my roster sheet real quick. 31, Lamont Buford. Replacing Bryson Proctor in left field. So Proctor's day will be done. Buford up in the top of the 8th. First pitch to him will be lined up the middle. Vasquez diving, cannot catch it. So first pitch swinging will be a base hit for Buford. Way to come in and make a difference maker. I mean, Anderson only giving up 3 hits on the day and had 3 innings in a row of 3 up, 3 down pitching innings, and all of a sudden, 1 pitch from the relief crew of the Renegades results in a hit. So now with Brendan Benner up to hit, showing bunt. High fastball will not be offered at. And Jenny Mara's, exactly. I know the one time you're not here to see it, but Anthony, absolute moonshot from him. Big swing of the bat from Maras. Check back over to first, not in time to Maras. The runner Buford hanging off the bag a little bit too much for Bain's comfort. And Buford on the year, let's check his stolen base. He's hitting 194, but now higher than that now. He has 2 stolen bases on the year. Benner bunt again. Vasquez delivers. Down the heart of the plate, pulled back for strike 1. Two one, here it comes. Fastball, low and away, called for a strike, 2-2. Two. Runner first, nobody out. High fastball for ball 3. So Vasquez has got to bear down here with the 3-2 count. Nowhere to really put him. You don't want to get 2 on early in the inning, trying to come in a relief position with nobody out, especially with the top of your lineup coming up. This is the 8 and 9 hitters you want to get out. Runner goes, ground ball left side. Kashia with the glove off the right foot, strong throw to first. Behind the bag goes Mars, and he corrals it for the first out of the inning. So great play all around from Kashia to quickly throw out Benner, and then a great play from Mars to go to the back side of the bag to make the catch. So that'll be a 5-3 putout as Buford heads over to second base on a fielder's choice. So runner at second, 1 out for Lucas Duran, who has not had the greatest day. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout looking, and then a 4-3 and a 1-3 putout. Fastball low and outside for a strike. So Renegades with 2 errors today, one of them resulting in the run in the first inning. 0-1, here it comes. Fastball way outside. Duran taking the right pitches, looking for a long at-bat, kind of grueling out Vasquez's appearance on the mound. I mean, if you're Duran, all you got to think is hey, I just need to make sure that I'm working a long at-bat and get a positive result out of this, whether that be moving over Buford to the third base bag, but doesn't need to anymore because that was a balk called on Vasquez. So Buford will get a free bag over at third base, put him in scoring position 90 feet away for Lucas Duran. So 1-1 still the count. High fastball up at the hands of Duran, taken for ball 2. So Vasquez trying to find the zone here. 2-1. Duran looking for a pitch to hit. Vasquez kicks and deals. Bender in there. Tuchui Vasquez throws the first base, so that will be an RBI for Lucas Duran, scoring run, making it now 8-3. And 6-3 put out for Duran, but I mean, he can't be too sad about that. Knocks in a run, has him slowly chip away. Here comes Jason Schmeiser. Schmeiser on the day, 1 for 3 with a base hit, had a stolen base in that first inning and scored, and then has 2 strikeouts swinging on the day. So see if Vasquez can replicate what Anderson was doing to Schmeiser. Ball 1, off speed, low for ball 1, excuse me. And update for you guys at home, the Renegades, I believe the softball group won 21-2. 21-2. Huge win for them. That is the first time they've run ruled anybody this season. And first time they've put up 21. Might be the first time they put up 10 or more in a game. So glad they got to do that against a conference opponent being Chabot. 2-0, here's the pitch. Ground ball left side, Kashia corrals it. 2 steps, hard throw to first. High, but Mares corrals it in for the out. Third out of the inning. So some damage done, but not too much of a problem for the Renegades as they have a big cushion for them going into this top of the 9th. So hoping to add on a little bit more runs just for the sake of extending a lead. But 5 runs should be enough to close out this game if all things go well from the relief crew of the Renegades. So Bain will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning, followed by Mars and Hegeman. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. So new pitcher in for the Hawks, number 24, Michael Balderas. Michael's coming in with a 13.50 ERA on the season with 2 innings pitched, so that must have been a blow-up inning for him. He had 4 earned runs, 4 runs across the board, 2 walks with 5 strikeouts. Actually, no, this is 29. Oh, no, 29, excuse me. Evan Dyer, right-handed pitcher. Evan Dyer on the year. Let's put him in real quick. 29, Dyer. Dyer on the year with a 6.57 ERA through 5 appearances, 1-1 on the season with 12 innings pitched, 12 walks with 18 strikeouts, and 9 earned runs. So, second pitch of the at-bat, flare shot, shortstop coming over. Ellis to first. Got him. The blazing speed of Bain couldn't beat out the throw there, so Bain will be retired on 2 pitches on a 6-3. Shortstop was covering way over there in the shift. Here's Anthony Maras, who last at-bat had a moonshot. He had about a 340 bomb over to right field with the wind carrying on a 2-run blast. First home run of the season for him. First pitch ball in the inner part of the plate. One 0 to Anthony Maras. Here's the pitch. Ball inside yet again. Energy from the Hawks definitely much more deflated from the last few innings it has been. I mean, that's what happens when Anderson kind of dominates your team, has 10 strikeouts on the day with, only giving up 3 hits, 2 runs. That's what's going to happen. You're going to feel confident, but going up 3 up, 3 down for 3 innings straight from the 5th, 6th, and the 7th is very demoralizing for the Hawks. Mars 2-1. Here it comes. Big swing and a miss on a ball that hit the dirt. 2-2. Mars maybe in the back of his mind thinking, well, let me hit another moon ball. I want to hit another home run here, but got to keep it simple. Dyer kicks and deals. Fastball away for ball 3. He worked himself from a 2-0 to a 2-2, now to a 3-2. One out. 3-2-1 on the scoreboard. Here it comes. Mares. Ground ball up the middle. Ellis has got it. Strong throw to first. Even with Mares' speed, not in time. That will be the second out of a 6-3 this inning. So now, in Hegeman's spot will be Kaz Omamoto. You can close the book for Hegeman. He had a good day, 2 for 4 on the day with a double and a single, and a fly out to right field with a 5-3 put out as well. So, Ellis Lubins getting some work in there. The Lubins family are watching. Your Ellis is getting good work in there, proving that he's a very good fielder over there at shortstop. The first pitch swinging by Kaz. Kaz Omamoto on the year is .389. He has 18 at-bats with 5 RBIs. And only singles with 7 singles in the year, but hitting .389. Ground ball right side to the second baseman. Muffs it over at second, so that will be a free base for Kaz Omamoto. He will improve his on-base percentage, but that will be an E4. And that was Bartlett over there, Dylan Bartlett over there at second base, who's had a good day for himself too, but unfortunately makes a little error right there. So here comes Paul Wagner. First at-bat for him today, coming in for Stewart. After Stewart got walked, he came in for a pinch runner for Stewart over at first base. First pitch swinging. Ground ball up the middle. Ellis spears it from the knees. Long throw to first. Not in time. That'll be an infield base hit for Paul. Good hustle over there at first. I mean, Ellis Lubins, what a play by Ellis over there at shortstop. Made a big diving spear to limit Omamoto probably going to third on that hit. But, Omamoto had a big jump over to go to second, so there wasn't a play over at second. And, Ellis not having the craziest arm of a, Brandon Crawford-esque arm where he just can't make the throw over to first on the knees. So here's LT Lindsay, first at bat for him on the day as he replaced Emmett Johnson over there in right field. LT Lindsay on the year hitting 300 exactly on the dot with 6 hits through 18 at-bats. 101's the count as I was blocked by Benner. One, 2 down. 2 runners on base. Lindsay, big swing and a miss over on a high fastball. Wanted that one back, that's for sure. So Lindsay in a little bit of a hole. 1 and 2, 2 down, 2 runners on, trying to extend this lead more than 5 runs. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled back to the screen, which went all the way out to the parking lot and made a thud. So hopefully that wasn't someone's top of the car. I believe that was just the kind of clubhouse athletic training room 2.0 we have down there where the bathrooms are. So hopefully that wasn't a car. The risk of parking down there in that parking lot. But 1-2, got him looking on the outer part of the plate. So Lindsay will go down looking on strikes, leaving 2 runners stranded. Lindsay will close his book 0 for 1 on the day with a looking strikeout, unfortunately for him. So now we'll go to the top of the 9th with new pitcher Ben Thompson coming in. So Vasquez will only get 1 inning of work, giving up 1 run. So that'll add to his ERA a lot, unfortunately, for him. And Ben Thompson coming in, number 30, Thompson. Something kind of funny about Thompson, a little mental note for myself. I will always remember his name being Thompson because he wears number 30. I think of Steph Curry, and who was Steph Curry's splash bro? Klay Thompson. So it's very easy to remember 30 and Thompson. And Ben Thompson on the year, one of the better relief pitchers for their team. Closers, 1.64 ERA, 1.64. Has 1 win on the year through 8 appearances. Has 1 save as well, with 11 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 runs, and only 2 earned runs allowed. Has given up 6 free passes with 13 strikeouts on the year, with giving up 2 doubles, and has an opponent batting average of 162. So not very common for these hitters that he's faced so far this year to get on base. So for the Cabrillo Hawks, if there are no changes made, it will be Dylan Bertlett, who had the error last inning, Tridu, and Jake Forenza, excuse me. Those 3 hitters will try to catch up in this deficit of runs that they have today. Down 5, 3 outs remaining for them to try to come back on this game. And walking to the plate will be number 28, Dylan Bertlett, who had the error over there at second base. So Bertlett on the day has 1 strikeout, a base hit, which ended up scoring. He ended up scoring that inning, and also a ground out. So 1 for 3 on the day. Thompson looking to go quick, get a nice save out of the way, and move on to the next game being tomorrow at Cabrillo on Friday the 27th. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Big bender in there. Short flare over to right side. LT Lindsay calls off Medina in center field and will corral it for out number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out. Fly out to the right fielder for Dylan. 1 down. So now we got Triton Dew. Dew playing a very good third base over there today. For hitting wise, he had a RBI not even a single, it was an E3, but an RBI in the first inning, and then ended up going 0 for 2 with the rest of the game with a fly out to the third baseman and a 6-3 putout. First pitch ball, low and away. Bender just high for ball 2. Dew wanted time, but it wasn't granted, which might have messed up Thompson a little bit. So he ended up throwing a ball in the dirt, giving him a 3-0 count. So that time ended up working in favor, not being called for Dew. 3-0. Thompson's got to throw one in the zone here. Called strike for the 3-0 pitch. 3-1, one down. Thompson looking to close out this game nice and quick and easy. 3-1. Fastball over the heart of the plate yet again. 3-2 now the count. So Thompson's challenging him. I mean, Thompson can reach up to the 90, 91 mile an hour fastballs. Threw that one 90 over the heart of the plate. So, I mean, he's challenging. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one more challenge pitch here. Working from a 3-0 count to now 3-2. Just, run it by him. Try it. Fastball, high. Bounce over to Wagner over at second base. Over to Maris. Makes the easy throw over to first. It'll be a 4-3 putout. Thompson worked his way down from a 3-0 to a 3-2 into a ground out. So, successful at bat from him. So, Jake Forenza is up to bat, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Excuse me, 1 for 3 on the day with a looking and a swinging strikeout and a base hit. And he was stranded at third base. So ball 1 into Jake, the right fielder. One-0 in there for strike 1. Hawks down to the last out. Try to rally back 5 runs in this inning to tie the game, extend it to the bottom of the 9th. 6 to take the lead. Strike over the heart of plate again. So that'll be 1-2 now. Hawks looking down at their last strike of the day. Thompson looking for the closeout pitch. 1-2, 2 down. Forenza up to hit. Here's the pitch. Fastball bounces to the plate, 2-2, so we'll see it again. Two and two down. Swung on and missed. Got him. Fastball outside part of the plate. Swing and strikeout. Forenza goes down on 3, and Thompson will close out the game with a 3-up, 3-down dominating end to really a dominating performance of the Renegades against the Hawks. So overall, the Renegades will now improve to 25-2, being undefeated in conference, now 8-0 and undefeated at home as well. And the Hawks will now go down to 13-15 and being 1-7 in conference. The Hawks have a chance to break that losing streak in conference tomorrow at their home stadium, which last time they were home, they lost 13-4 against the Renegades. But today was much closer, 8-3. And I mean, they put up one less run from what they had the last time they played the Renegades, but much thanks to Matthew Anderson, who I will for sure coin player of the game today. 7 strong innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 2 runs, only 1 earned run allowed, with no free passes on the day, and 10 strikeouts. So dominating performance from Anderson today, with Vasquez giving up 1 run in the 8th to make them have 3. But other than that, Thompson pitched a clean inning as well. No hits, no runs. 1 inning on the board for him with a 1 strikeout as well. So kind of story of the game was just Renegades played their usual game of dominance. They made the right swings, took the right pitches, and executed well on defense. Granted, they had 2 errors on the day coming from I believe they probably coined that one of Vasquez and Flores over at first base. But a big swing of the bat from Anthony Mares today. First home run on the year for him, coming in for a pinch hit bomb, which kind of puts him in a better position mentally to take a big stride later into the season to become a better player for this team. He's been struggling. Mares is coming in with the lowest batting average on the team before this game at 0.91, which will be much higher now, especially from that big fly he had. And just everyone kind of all around did what they needed to do today. There wasn't a player on this team that didn't step up in the right moment. I mean, Chewy unfortunately had the worst day out of anybody, 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts and 2 groundouts and a flyout today. But when players like Vasquez are shut out, the rest of the team will step up. That's kind of been the Renegade way under Curran's coaching ability. That's why they're always conference winners or state winners, whatever it might be. It's because anyone can step up at any moment needed be. For Cabrillo, honestly, it's just pitching. It's getting out of rough spots that you need to get out of quicker. Brady Leiden gave up 6 earned runs today, which the Renegades only put up 8. So 6 of the 8 were against Leiden, who didn't necessarily pitch too bad, but only gave up 3 free passes and 1 hit by pitch, so 4 free passes in total. But really just pitching and needing to attack earlier in the zone for Cabrillo is kind of the takeaway for the day for the Hawks. So they're going to hope to come back tomorrow to dominate in a way that they hope they can do that wasn't said from Tuesday or today. And again, Jenny Mares, thank you for talking about the broadcasting. I mean, it's great. Broadcasting these games has been such a fun journey. I mean, we got so many more throughout the season. Postseason as well. I'm assuming the Renegades will get to postseason, so I can't wait to keep doing this, especially with Armando. I love doing it by myself, love doing it with Armando. And next year, if you guys have some athletes that are going to be on the team, next year I will be doing all of the games as well. So you'll hear my voice, a familiar voice for next year. But that'll be it. I mean, I'll take a look at the schedule for you guys. So for baseball, tomorrow we'll be at Cabrillo, so we won't be doing that game, of course, but at Cabrillo to close out the 3-game series. And on Tuesday, the 31st of April, will be versus Hartnell at home in a 3-game series with 2 of them home and 1 of them away. So at the home game, next time you'll hear me and Armando, I believe, will be, as I'll pull up the softball schedule as well, will be Hartnell at 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 31st, and Friday the 3rd, Hartnell as well at 2:30 first pitch. Let me pull up the women's softball schedule. So today was a big win for them, 21-2 against Chabot. They will have their next game Tuesday the 31st versus San Jose at 3 o'clock, and then Thursday, April 2nd versus Hartnell. So while baseball is at Hartnell, softball will be home against Hartnell. So yeah, feel free to tune into all of those. Thank you again for all of your support here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Keep sharing this broadcast. Again, let us know. Email us at Ohlone athletics@ohlone.edu. That is athletics@ohlone.edu for any tips, any concerns, questions, whatever it may be. Let us know. We enjoy all your feedback here. And that'll be it from me. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.